Welcome to week 2. In this overview, I'm going to discuss what we need to do this week and also give you some feedback on some of your previous assignments. So the first thing is, thank you for all those who've already signed up to moderate the discussion. If you haven't done so, please go to the Canvas site by tomorrow, Tuesday, and select which week you'd like to moderate the discussion. I've also included some instructions about what your expectations are, but basically what I'm looking for is the opportunity for you to help make sure discussions are moving along and working with the different groups. This week you have 3 reading assignments, and then you have your initial post by Thursday, and you need to do your replies by Sunday. After you finish that, I want you to do a short reflection as another flip grid. That initial post is also due on Thursday, but you only need to do 1 reply by Sunday. So briefly talking about the due dates, one of the things that's really important is it's really important that you make your initial post by Thursday. By doing your post by Thursday, it makes sure that your classmates have the opportunity to get your perspective, and when they do their replies, they're able to see everything. So I gave everyone a pass for that first week, but several of you did not submit your flip grids on time, so make sure you do that this week. Also, I'm interested in you posting your initial project ideas. So this is going to be just what you're thinking about working on, and I'll talk about that briefly shortly. So with the discussion forums, each week you're going to have an assigned group. So when you go into the Canvas site, you'll see, and I've done through the first 3 weeks, the expectation is that you're going to only post your replies within your assigned group. So this will help make the conversation a bit more, a bit deeper, but also keep you from being overwhelmed by having 14 students doing replies and losing track of threads. Now, when you do your Flipgrid replies, make sure you choose someone that's outside your assigned group for the week. This way, it will allow you to interact and get some other perspectives that you may not have gotten in your group discussions. So I asked you all to sign up to be a moderator. So let me explain to you what your responsibilities are going to be for that. So the first thing is that you need to check to make each group has activity. So within the discussion forums, we're going to have 3 different group threads. So when you're moderating that week, you'll just go through and make sure there's actually some posts in there. You're going to be driving a discussion, so you should make sure you log in and check messages regularly. So at least once a day, maybe for 30 minutes to an hour, just to sort of go through each of the different discussions. It is not an expectation or necessary for you to post a reply to every contribution. But what I want you to do is to sort of make sure that you're asking open-ended questions that allow others to chime in and encourage the discussion. And then at the end of the week, when you're the moderator, what you'll need to do is there is a separate discussion form, which is called a discussion form summary. And what you'll do is you'll post a summarization of those discussions. This is going to be really helpful for you as you're reflecting at the end of the semester, because you can go back into that summary form and get a quick reminder of what you covered in each of the weeks. So the individual project. So we are all going to be using Adobe Captivate. The new version is Adobe Captivate 2019, which was just released, and you're going to be using a free 30-day trial for that. As you're thinking about what your topic is going to be, think about 10 to 15 minutes worth of instruction. This is going to be introducing a concept, it's going to be providing some type of objectives, including a video, and also having a short quiz. So you don't want to do anything too elaborate, and we're going to talk more about that as the week goes on. So your project proposal is due by September 9th, and that's explained in the Canvas site of all the requirements. But this week, it's really important for you to post that initial idea that you have, so I can give you some feedback. We can give each other feedback, and if you're struggling with an idea, that's totally fine. Actually make a post that says, I don't have an idea, I'm struggling to come up with something, and I'll be happy to provide you with a couple of ideas that you may be able to use. Because we only have a 30-day trial, it's really important that you wait until after you have gotten your proposal feedback before you download the Captivate trial, because we don't want that trial to run out before your actual project is going to be due. The final project is actually going to be due October 7th. And I'm giving you a little bit of notice, so you have about a month and a half until it's due, and there's plenty of time for us to work through it. So for those of you who have never used Captivate, do not worry, we're going to work through this together. So, in looking at your student introduction, several of you expressed interest and a little bit of apprehension about how to use the software. So, I came up with this idea for extra credit. So, I have used lynda.com, and I think it's a fantastic resource, has some great tutorials on there, and you can get a 30-day trial for free. One of the other things that you could possibly do, depending on what county you live in, so Charlotte-Mecklenburg provides free access to county residents. So check your county library to see if they offer free access to lynda.com. If they do, all you would need to do is prove that you live in that county. You'll get a library card. A lot of times you can do it digitally, and then you'll be able to log into Lynda and have full access. I'm going to explain to you what the different courses are, but what my idea is that for those of you who are interested in gaining some extra experience and also earning some extra credit points, if you complete several courses, you can get a certificate that proves that you've completed it, and you would upload to the Canvas site, and I'll reward you with extra credit points. So here's how it will work. So I've divided up, since we're going to use Captivate for our individual projects and Storyline for our team projects, my idea is that you would go complete the Captivate 2017 Essential Training. Now I know it says 2017 and the new version is 2019, but the versions are very similar, so once you've mastered 2017, you'll be able to pick up 2019, and Lynda has not released the 2019 version yet. So I would like you to complete this by September 9th. So I'm giving you about a month or so, or rather a couple weeks to go through there. So if you complete the essential training and provide me a certificate of completion, I'll reward you with 15 extra credit points. Now, it's going to take some extra work, which is why I'm giving you extra credit, but I highly recommend that if you have the time that you spend it doing this, because by doing this training, you're going to have a better understanding of how to use Adobe Captivate. The great thing is that you don't need to actually install the software to be able to complete the tutorials. So this way, you'll be able to delay when you have to install the trial version, but also get exposure to it. Once you've done the essential training, if you're interested in doing some additional training, I'll recommend the animations and effects. But make sure you've done the essential training before you do the animation and effects one. And then in October, we have the Learning Articulate Storyline 360, or you can use Articulate 360 Rise. So both of those are going to be due if you want the extra credit by October 14th. So you see the dates are pretty soon, but that will give you enough time to learn what you need to do before you have your first team project proposal due. I want you to understand how the tools work so that you can understand how to scope out your project. If you have any questions about this or have challenges getting started, please let me know. And I hope this is an opportunity for you to learn the software and also get more comfortable with it before our projects are due.